Hey, this is Dave from houseparents.com. Today we're going to show you how to clean your AC condenser unit, like this old one here. Your outside AC unit is called a condenser, and the condenser is part of a bigger system, but it's the part that can get the most dirty. If you're like the typical person, this thing just, so long as this works, just sits at the side of your house and goes unnoticed for years on end. But these do require a little bit of maintenance. If you want to make sure your AC unit lasts as long as possible, this is one of those ways that you can extend its life. It doesn't cost you much, just a few moments of your time. The fins on this AC condenser unit are real clean, but over time what happens is as you mow the lawn and as leaves blow, stuff starts accumulating, getting stuck in those fins, and you have to maintain them if you want your AC unit to last a long time. At House Parents, we like to show you how to do a job yourself so you can save a lot of money in the process. It's something that's definitely a DIY project. We're going to show you how to clean those up and get the most life out of your air conditioner condenser. Whenever you're working with something that has AC connected to it, it's always good to turn it off. This is the outside disconnect for the unit. It shows you can read the words on right there. When you pop this out, that's disconnected. We flip it 90 degrees and there it says off. And that's how we know that our particular unit is off. If this doesn't work, or you don't see your box, or you're not sure, you want to be sure that you've turned it off, we can go to the fuse panel. Here's our fuse panel, and you can see over here on the side numbers 10 and 12 are AC. So if we want to disconnect that from outside, we'll just throw this breaker to the off position, and now we know it has no power and we're safe to work on it. Before attempting any cleaning, you can always look up the brand of your unit, look up its model number, and you can also find the tags on the back. They give you more information, and that by checking on that online, you can make sure that your unit can be cleaned with water. There are some units, especially some heat pumps, that don't like you to use water, so that's just something to be aware of. Right, to get started, we're going to take our impact driver and we're going to take the top of the unit off. Once you take the top off, you'll notice that there's a lot of electrical connections there on the side, so you want to be careful about that. What we're trying to do is expose the sides of that unit, and from this side it looks like everything's pretty decent, but we'll take the sides off and that'll show us something a little bit more. This is why you want to make sure you clean your unit every so often, just to keep this from looking like it needs a shave. You can see there's just an incredible amount of buildup, just dust and dirt and debris over the years. One word of caution, that's your capacitor, and you don't want to really mess with that, touch it, or in any way. It's a pretty powerful storage of electricity that can really shock you. All right, first thing I have here is a soft bristle brush. It's got nylon bristles, so it's meant to do the least amount of damage to the fins, and all I gotta do is just scrape on this, get that top coat off, that top coat of dust. It's a really dusty, messy job, but the reality is it's not a super hard amount of work. Just go slow and peel that off. If the brush you're using starts to bend the tines behind it, the fins, then you know you got too stiff of a brush. The softer the bristles on the brush, the better. You can see as I do this what a remarkable difference it makes, and it's really not taking any serious amount of time. And hopefully your air conditioning unit does not look this bad. They make coil cleaner, AC coil cleaner, and you can go ahead and purchase that, and we'll have a link in the description below if you want to do that. We're Amazon affiliates. It took less than 5 minutes to brush off real lightly so as to not do damage to the tines, to the fins that are there. And you can see we got a ton of debris off of them, but if I brush this, you can still see there's dirt in there, and so we want to still address that. All right, so there we go. We just got a bucket of hot soapy water, and we're going to go ahead and brush it on, get it kind of to saturate that. We'll be pretty liberal with this. All right, now we're just going to wait and let that soak in a little bit, kind of loosen up some of the debris, and that hot soapy water does wonders. Now we want to go ahead and take all that soapy water off, and it's not on too much pressure. You might be tempted to use a pressure washer, and if you do, you have to be careful that you adjust the pressure so that the tines, these fins, don't get bent. So that's a user beware idea. This water stream is not hard at all. It's just simply enough to wash out the soap water and any dust. Right, there you go. Fresh and clean as it ever was. The good news about this cleaning is it's something you probably shouldn't have to do more than once every 2 or 3 years. I read an article that said, made an argument for the fins being a little bit dirty actually helps in the cooling, but not like this unit. This unit probably died an early death because it wasn't cleaned enough. I'm comfortable with not doing it every year, but maybe every couple years. Hope this video helps. If you got anything out of it, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop us a line. We'll be sure and get back with you as soon as we can. Thanks a lot for viewing, and we'll see you next time.